How to add acoustic liner or wrap to your Practicad fittings. There are two ways of adding wrap or acoustic lining to Practicad fittings. The first way is through the item box. The second way is through the AutoCAD property box. In this tutorial, we're going to go over both. We're going to go into the fitting bin and we're going to grab a piece of rectangular duct. Then we're going to go into the item box. Currently, notice that the duct we are holding is 36 by 18, width by depth. Now what we're going to do is scroll down until we get down to the acoustic lining parameter. Now there are two parameters here, acoustic liner and insulation. We use the acoustic liner field for liner going on the inside of duct, and we usually use the insulation field for liner or wrap going on the outside of duct. There are ways to utilize both. However, it's recommended acoustic liner for the inside, insulation for the outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the acoustic liner, we click right next to it, and now we get the drop down menu. Here we're going to see the list of all of our liner types, and there are separate tutorials on modifying and designing liner types and styles. What we're going to do here is we're going to choose 1-inch acoustic liner. Once we do that, you'll notice that Practicad will already have adjusted the width and depth to fit the liner. What was once 36 by 18, when we add 1-inch acoustic liner, is now going to be 38 by 20. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place this fitting on the drawing. Once we do that, you should be able to see not only the fitting, but the liner inside. Now the way it works in Practicad when you're drawing is the liner is going to stay on every fitting until we shut it off. For example, if we put a new piece down or hit C for continue and continue off an existing piece, we're going to continue to have that liner. However, if we're going to come into the fitting box and then we're going to shut the liner off for one piece, that piece will not get it, and then the piece after that will not get it. So as long as we draw now, there will be no liner. So the mechanism is usually turned on or turned off. Remember that at any time you can adjust the liner, both insulation or acoustic liner, by simply clicking on the fittings you'd like to change, double clicking to get the AutoCAD property box to open up as we've done here. And if you go to your technology properties, you're going to see under acoustic liner exactly what we've placed. So if we'd like to remove it, we would just open up this drop down menu and we're going to select nothing. Same thing if we'd like to add wrap. If we'd like to add wrap to the fitting, instead of using the acoustic liner property, we're actually going to go down to the insulation property, and here we're going to choose 1-inch wrap. And by doing that, Practicad's simply going to add it to the existing fittings, so we can edit the fittings and edit the liner at any time. If we're going to add wrap from the item box, it would be the identical way we did it with acoustic liner. We'd simply go into the fitting, choose the fitting we'd like in the fitting bin. We're going to come over here, scroll down to where we see insulation. We're going to select 1-inch wrap, and now we can simply place this duct on the drawing, and as we continue, we're going to get wrap added as we go. That'll conclude the tutorials on how to place down acoustic lining and wrap.